Greetings and gratitudes back to the Spirit Guided Messages Tarot channel. This is your girl, Melanite Empress. How's everybody doing? Thanks for clicking on this video to spend some time with me on today. And as you can see, I'm doing a reading in regards to Cardi's B testimony in regards to the trial over the rapper's alleged violence towards a security guard. She's saying that Cardi B cut her face with her fingernail and spat on her outside of her obstetrician office that she was going to that day. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get right into it and get down to the nitty gritty, the truth of the situations. And I definitely have questions. We're going to be asking some basic questions and anything else that Spirit wants to reveal here. We asking Spirit to do so. Okay. All right, Spirit. So the first question we're going to ask, did Cardi B cut the security guard's cheek and spat on her? Was she violent towards the security guard that day in 2018? We got one, we got two. Give me one more. We got three. Okay. All right, so we got warrior energy, tenacity, waging war against someone waging war against you here. We got the governess of Pentacles here as well. And we got free your mind, breathe easy, overwhelmed. Okay, so definitely with the warrior energy being in here, waging war against someone and waging war against self, definitely confirms that she was in an altercation with the security guard on that day in 2018. Okay. And with the governess of Pentacles being in here, that shows, a lot of money, so whether Cardi B is spending a lot of money on her lawyers. And when it comes to this trial, definitely it shows here with the governess of Pentacles that not only does she have a lot of money, but she also is spending a lot of money. And definitely it can indicate that what they're saying in regards to how much the security guard is suing her for, which is $24 million. That could be confirmation, as well. But during this trial with the free your mind, definitely I'm seeing Cardi B trying to really, keep a good temperament, trying to keep calm and everything, trying to make sure she breathes so that it won't be so overwhelming like it is. And definitely trying to really focus on the outcome that she wants when it comes to this, situation. And the security guard suing Cardi B for $24 million does seem a little bit hefty, does seem a little bit too much when it comes to this situation. Them both agreeing that there was an altercation and they were cussing at each other using B's and FU's and all type of curse words and stuff. So that is confirming these are the things that had happened in that altercation that day in 2018. And maybe take a moment to reflect, create your own destiny. Maybe this is Cardi B, but also, something that security guard have in mind in regards to this trial, hoping that she will win the case and be granted the $24 million that she is asking for here. Okay. So as I am looking at the warrior energy tenacity card, Cardi B had testified that she was facing the security guard breast to breast, and this does show that, they were against each other, touching each other breast to breast when they were in this altercation that day in 2018 as well. But I am getting that since Cardi B is showing up as the governess of Pentacles, you think the governor of the Pentacles that have a lot of money, you think that she's going to be too silly, too naive, too, reckless when it comes to that situation. Because like she said on the stand this week that, at that time she was pregnant and she was hiding her pregnancy. So therefore she didn't want anybody to know that she was going to the doctor's office, to get checked and or to let anybody know that she was pregnant. So I think that she was even more irritated and very emotional and the altercations because of that. It's one thing when a person is reacting because they see a celebrity that they actually like because they are a fan. But when you are on your post at work, especially as a security guard, it's like, why would you continue to follow her and then therefore record her? You know what I'm saying? So that made Cardi B even more, upset about the situation because she really didn't want anybody to know that she was there, let alone being pregnant, because she felt like maybe her pregnant was going to be, revealed. You know what I'm saying? Because this was the time, like she said, around the time when she dropped maybe her first, album, and the record label was already giving her a hard time in regards to being pregnant, and dropping the album and how that would look and how that will go, for her, But definitely it does show that they did touch and they did have an altercation, and they was fighting, with each other, verbally, you know what I'm saying? And there's a possibility that she may have spit on her with the blue being in here, and she may have touched her with the warrior energy, being in here. I don't know, but all of a sudden a lot of cards just spat out. So let's go ahead and pick them up and get down to the bottom of it even more so. So we got 6 cards. So we got Yosef being in here, the Strength card. We got Father Time being in here as well. It is getting a little bit dark in here because I don't have bright lights. And we got the Hermit card, being in here. We have Extreme Power and Energy. We have the Chariot card. And we have the Jester card as well. So again, there's something significant about gorillas, right? We can see it in the Warrior Energy Tenacity card, and we can also see it here in the Yosef card as well, and it seems as though that the security guard, like Cardi B had said that she's security heavy. Definitely she obviously was a little bit more bigger than her, in a lot of different type of ways. She was a little bit more taller, as well. And I think that the security guard, from her reaction and following her and recording her, that definitely, led to the altercations as well, and her putting up not only her authority, using her authority as a security guard, but also her body as well with the gorilla being in here, That definitely shows a lot. But even though Cardi B, like she said, feared her life or feared to get her butt whipped, in other words, definitely she was protected no matter what. And definitely covered, especially with the receptionist coming out and also the doctor coming out as well. That definitely is indicating the energy of her being protected and directed, because at that time she definitely had a lack of confidence, facing this girl. I think she was just trying to put her in her place, But definitely with the Father Time here, definitely Cardi B felt like this is definitely not productive. I'm wasting time. This is not good timing at all whatsoever, especially when it comes to the baby as well, And definitely just wanted to use her time wisely while she was there at the doctor's office. And with the Hermit card, she definitely was by herself. Definitely didn't want to be seen at all whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? And maybe during this whole time, because it's definitely been over 7 years, she definitely have reflected a lot when it comes to this situation and stuff, and been thinking about, how, everything is going to go and play out. But no matter what, she does have this extreme power and energy about herself. Obviously, you know, she's a celebrity, she's famous, she's rich, right? And definitely probably channeling the energy of Ogun and Melanite and Metatron being in here. Definitely, you know, channeling the energy of, you know, power and energy at this time. And maybe she feels like she is drained and need more power and energy at this moment in time. But I'm getting that also, even at this moment in time, that she really is not really worried about anything. You know, as you can see, you know, her up in the stand. For those who seen a little bit of the trial, you know, she definitely is weighing on her, and is definitely very tiring as well. But no matter what with the Chariot, she definitely is focusing and continuing on, you know, with confidence, because maybe before she felt lack of confidence or something like that, or lack of direction or whatever. But she definitely have overcome, you know, a lot. And she feel with, you know, with the Strength card being in here and the Warrior card being in here, that she definitely will, you know, definitely will not only beat and defeat this trial, but be able to move forward in the way that she wants, you know, standing in her power, you know, and not allowing her energy to be drained, and just continuing to move forward here on her journey as well, you know. And with the Jester card being in here also, she's just trying to, you know, throw, like it says, throwing caution to the wind, trying to take things lightly, you know what I'm saying? And she's learning to laugh at herself and be her own cheerleader, you know. And it definitely allow her to be able to learn, you know, a lot of patience as well. You know, because definitely this trial and people in the trial, especially the lawyer. Have you seen the lawyer? He's just reaching a lot, asking silly, stupid questions, things that does not, you know, that is not relevant to the case and all that kind of stuff. So she's definitely trying to, you know, throw caution to the wind and laugh at the situation and stuff, and trying to be patient and everything, and trying to be her own cheerleader, and trying to stay up in the trial, because it seems as though, you know, she gets, you know, really tired, because they probably wake up really early. I don't know. But is a security guard lying just to get $24 million? That's another question that I'm asking here. Did a security guard lying? And if so, is she lying just to get $24 million? And I'm getting yes, indeed. But let's see. Yehuda's oath is here. And then we got the Two of Wands. Yeah. And then a journey card as well. Yeah. So she definitely is trying to stand with her testimony, even though her testimony kind of slightly changed as well. If you were looking at, you know, a little bit of Cardi B trial and the security guard testimony or whatever. And definitely she, with the Two of Wands, she definitely was waiting for something. You know what I'm saying? She definitely felt like she had some choices, and she made some choices even from the beginning when the situation have happened, and even in her testimony as well. You know, she tried to step by step make a realistic plan, you know, coming forward, you know, and if almost as if she was overconfident in this type of situation. So she definitely is, you know, in it to be able to win and to get the money for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because she feel like this is going to be a new opportunity for her and in her life, you know, to try new things, to travel, you know what I'm saying, to go places that she haven't as well, because she definitely have been through a lot of crossroads in her life, especially with the situation with, you know, Cardi B. And she definitely want to take her family with her and level up her family when it comes to this money, you know, and that is the reason why. It's because of the money. As we can see with the Governess of Wands being, Governess of Pentacles being in here. That is the money card. She saw right away dollar signs in her eyes as soon as the situation happened. But it's kind of weird because they had said that she had reported this incident 2 days after. So why did it take 2 days? Why did you think, you know, why didn't you react right away and want to do a report and want to sue her? You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of 3 more cards that fell out. Let's go ahead and take it. Leaving the past behind is here. Then we got Is it Scrupulosea? Yeah, Scrupulosea here. And then we got dying out here. So we definitely have a lot of deities coming out. You know, Yehuda, the governor, the spirit, Dianite, and Scrupulosea. Dianite is our hand. So definitely, you know, there's some hands that were at play into this type of situation, which is very interesting. But moving forward, definitely, I don't know if this is security guard or Cardi B, but maybe it's both of them trying to like move forward from this, trying to allow it to hurry up and be over, you know, and leaving the past behind and starting anew. So definitely, maybe this is tied to the security guard's energy even more so with being on the journey and leaving this behind. So definitely, even though it happened in 2018, you know, definitely she looked forward to this being over and leaving the past behind and winning a lot of money and all this kind of stuff, because, you know, that situation perhaps was stressful, or even more so now during the trial, it's perhaps is very stressful for her. And then in Cardi B's case, you know, maybe she's starting to put herself first and leaving some things that behind that no longer serve her as well. Maybe she is traveling. Maybe she's because definitely I think that she might be traveling or whatever. Not at the moment. She may be in LA just for the trial, but she definitely perhaps traveled to LA because I don't think she has a home there. So maybe that is the indication in regards to that. But she may do a trip afterwards as well, you know, or this, you know, when it comes to the security guard, she's just thinking about her whole life and how it could be, you know what I'm saying? You know, looking forward and being focused and stuff, especially if she wins this $24 million, definitely traveling to an island. Maybe she is from the islands as well. Maybe that's in her DNA as well, you know. And definitely been calling out perhaps the Dianite, because Dianite are hands, you know, so that she'll be able, because I'm getting that she's very greasy with the Dianite being here in regards to the hands. She's very greedy, obviously. Why would you ask for $24 million? Right? All right, so let's go ahead and end it. Will Cardi B win the suit against the lawsuit against the security guard? Will Cardi B win this case? And then we can end it. All right, so we got 3. The Ace of Swords, the answer is yes. Cardi B will win the case. She will have success, you know, in this situation. And definitely this is going to be one of her major breakthroughs that she will have. With Davian Knight here, she definitely is calling out to a lot of different type of deities, the deities of the water and the sea, with Scrupulosea being in here as well, to the spirit. So she definitely is calling out to the spirit and all her deities and her spirit team to help her and back her up, you know, and remain in her power. You know what I'm saying? Because she's very knowledgeable. She's very intuitive. She definitely has a destiny, and this is her destiny, because she speaks about that a lot and trying to get back her peace, you know, so because she definitely have been doing a lot of self-evaluation, you know, and have a lot of respect for herself. And nobody can tell her who she is but her. So she's definitely, you know, stepping, you know, in her power, calling her power back and her energy back, with extreme power and energy as well. So this is all I have at this moment in time. Let me know how you felt about this reading in the comments box. I will respond. But if you haven't subscribed and you're new, definitely please do subscribe. Share out the video to your family, friends, and social media. Like the video as well. And if you need a personal reading with me, you can reach out to me on my email or my Calendly. It will be in the description box as well. I appreciate y'all so much for spending this time with me on today. Until next time, love and light.